Welcome back, Crash Nation, to Birmingham, Alabama, campus of Lakeshore Foundation, for the final game of the USWRA Division III National Championships. This will be the 5-6 matchup between Carolina Crash and the Gaylord Warriors, a rematch game from earlier this weekend. This will be the final game of the 25-26 season for the Carolina Crash. We appreciate all of the fans being with us all along the way this year. Had some ups and downs through the season, but we appreciate all the support we get and glad to have you watching with us on the channel. So we're going to run through the starting lineups real quick. For the Gaylord Warriors, we have number 4, Brian Admonson, number 3, Armand Brunel, number 4, Mark Wilborn, and number 2, Reed Mulligan, coached by Aaron Brandenbaugh. Admonson's number 6. For Carolina, starting today is number 10, Dave Jenkins, number 15, James Whitty, 21, Chris Plax, and John Godsey, number 25. coached by Mike Duda. So we're getting close to game time. About a minute away from tip-off. Take a quick break and be back on with you just as soon as they get ready for the tip-off. All right, both teams breaking the huddle. This will be the sixth place game. Winner will be fifth place. Loser take home sixth place. Fun weekend for all. Both teams played well this weekend. First game had Gaylord winning by 1 point. So Carolina like to exact some revenge on this one. Whitty and Reed Mulligan, number 2, for the tip. I'll fix it in a minute. It's been an infraction on the tip-off, so Carolina is going to inbound here with Dave Jenkins near half court. Flips it into Chris Plax. Plax looking for a little room to operate. Gets it over to Whitty. Whitty spins away. Going down the middle. Godsey sets a screen. Bounce backwards to Jenkins across. Carolina takes quick lead, 1-0. Brunell down the sideline. Officials taking a minute to correct the scoreboard. Jenkins tosses it quickly into Plax. Double teamed. Plax is going to draw a foul on number 3, Brunell. Jenkins will take the inbound in the far corner in the back court. Plax coming around the corner. Jenkins screens off. Admonson. Plax across the timeline. Diagonal pass to Jenkins. Penalty try. Jenkins had backed out. Allow Whitty to get in position in front of the penalty box. Oh, they're going to call Wilborn for leaving the court. So Carolina is going to have a 4-on-2. Plax gets a back pick from Godsey, opens up the lane. Plax across the line. Brunelli back in. Wilborn still in the penalty box. Gaylord still a man short. Ball's tipped out by Jenkins. Whitty tries to grab it. It ends up in the hands of Plax. Lobs overhead to Jenkins. Squeezes in inside Mulligan. Wilborn back in. A little confusion on the inbound there with only 3 players for Gaylord. Ends up with a couple of points for Carolina. Put them up 3-1. Both teams back to full strength as our Brunel hits down court. Ball's tipped by Jenkins. Back to Brunel. Brunel looking for some help. Gotze is working over Mulligan at the half court line, keeping him out of the action. Big gaggle of players. Admonson with the ball. Mulligan pulls it out. Hits Wilborn right at the line. Barely crosses in time before the shot clock had expired. Plax lobbed over to Jenkins. Jenkins has Whitty inside the key. Brunelli around the corner, heading to the far side. Stopped by Whitty. Bounce to the middle for Wilborn. Wilborn chased by Gotze. Bullet pass from Jenkins into Plax. Guarded by Mulligan. Lobbed over the shoulder to Whitty. Whitty gets to Jenkins and the ball is intercepted by Brunelli. Brunelli around the corner. Lobs one down for Mulligan. Gaylord ties it up nearly halfway through the first. Quick pass into Gotze. Back to Jenkins. Give and go. Jenkins tries to get it to Plax off his chair. Edmondson picks it up. Gets pushed across half court. Over and back called. Jenkins inbound in front of the scorer's table on the opposite side. Inbound pass comes to Whitty. Splits the defense. And across the line he goes. Carolina up 5-4. 4.5 to go in the first. Brunelli takes a shot from Jenkins and Plax. Bunch of contact near half court. Mulligan. Armad. Brunelli gets pushed out of bounds by Whitty and Gotze along the far sideline. Plax angles near side. Spins behind Gotze's screen. Carolina takes it in. Carolina back up 2. Brunelli. Double team. Mulligan can't get the handle on it. Ball's rolling across. half court. Plax, one hand grab. Bounce. Uh-oh. Ball ends up under Jenkins' share. Got some roadkill on the floor. Possession arrow pointing to Gaylord. Wilborn triggering inbounds. Tipped by Whitty. Wilborn there to pick it up. Wilborn inside the pylon. Bounce pass into Plax. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins behind Godsey. Motoring his way down court. Has a clear path to the end line. Wilborn finally able to get it to Brunell. Mulligan posted up in the middle. Flips it over to Wilborn. Wilborn circles around near half court. Brunell able to catch the pass. Scrum of players near half court. Wilborn holds the ball up. Ball's tipped back across half court. Carolina defense stiffening up near the half court line. Ball last touched by Whitty. Warriors will inbound again on their in the back court. Mulligan gets it over to Brunell. Jenkins is there, flips it over his shoulder to Wilborn. Penalty try for Gaylord. Jenkins slipped the pass into a small area there, but Mulligan tips it away and hands off to Wilborn. Plax spins, flips it up court for Whitty. Whitty outpaces Brunell to the end line. Mulligan over the shoulder pass to Brunell. Brunell throws it to an opening on the floor. Wilborn in pursuit, not able to catch up with it. Ball is out of bounds. Turnover to the Crash. Inbounds pass comes to Whitty. Skirts by defenders. Into the front court. Looking for the corner. It's a bounce in. Throws it back up top to Plax. 10 on the shot clock. Whitty down low. Dan tosses the Jenkins, posted up on the inside. Carolina back up 9-7. Quickly up court for Brunelli. Jenkins and Whitty in pursuit. Pass ends up in the hands of John Godsey. And Jenkins on a breakaway. Brunell down the side, cuts back, throws it to Wilborn, slashing down the middle of the court. Jenkins gets a screen from Godsey, takes it across half court. Mulligan trying to get there. Jenkins turns on the afterburners. Ball loose. Plax picks it up. Bounce pass over to Whitty. Carolina takes a 3-point lead with 36 seconds left in the first. Timeout. Warriors. All right. Number 4, Wilborn calling for the inbound. Wilborn makes his way to the sideline. Players grouped together near the half-court line. Gives it off to Admonson. Wilborn gets it back. Shot by Whitty. Tries to spin out of it. Plax and Whitty had him trapped. Holds the ball up high. Still trying to get it out. Whitty steals it. Throws it long for Plax. Plax looks at clock and gets across the line with 2.2 on the clock. Nice play by the Crash defense. Puts them up 4. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Nice job by Carolina, building a 4-point lead, 13-9. Take a quick 2-minute break and be right back with the second quarter. All right, both teams back on, or at least Carolina's back on. With the same lineup that left the floor. Jenkins, Whitty, Plax, Godsey. Carolina moving right to left on your screen. Same lineup for Warriors. Mulligan, Brunell, Wilborn, and Edmondson. This possession, Carolina can go up 5. Plax settles in with the inbound pass, and Carolina crashes the key. Plax around a Godsey screen, looking down low. Jenkins is posted up on Mulligan. Carolina up 5 early here in the second. Brunell dumps one off to Mulligan. Mulligan has Wilborn battling out Jenkins down low. Gets stopped. Mulligan coming in. Admonson trying to seal the corner. Whitty's there to block. Mulligan tried to split defenders. Gets stopped by Plax and Whitty. Brunell backed across the line before catching the ball, so that point won't count. Another good defensive stand by Carolina, creating another turnover. We'll have Jenkins giving it off to Whitty. Over to Plax. Plax, short pass looking for Godsey. Godsey scrambles and catches it. Hands it back to Plax. Plax got some pressure defense from Brunell, and Mulligan gives it off to Jenkins. Overhead pass to Plax. Plax down low. Whitty at the baseline. Nice offensive execution by Carolina. Puts them up 6. Mulligan, long pass for Brunell. Jenkins flips it into Whitty. Whitty turning on the Jets, racing by the defenders. Godsey screens off any threats. Short pop pass to Edmondson, back to Wilborn. Coming around the corner, far side. Whitty meets him near the free throw line. I think he bounced it on the line. Wilborn gets hooked up by Jenkins. Pass looking for Admonson at the line. Good catch by number 8. Pass deep for Whitty. Plax slashes to the middle. Headed to the pylon and makes it. Give and go, Edmondson and Wilborn. Plax following Jenkins, turns to the outside. muscles his way across the line. Brunelli has the ball knocked away by Plax. Lobs it down low for Whitty. Whitty takes it across. Puts Carolina up 7. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Brunelli looking for Edmondson long. Ball's still rolling. Edmondson couldn't catch up with it. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be another turnover. Subs coming in for Carolina. A.J. Walker, Hank Allen. Plax tosses one over to Whitty. Flips it up to Walker. Catches it out of the air. Walker takes it across. Wilborn tosses one to Brunell. Looks over his shoulder. Double team. Ball's on the floor. Mulligan picks it up. He's looking long. Tosses a Hail Mary. Tipped away into the hands of Wilborn. Plax takes the inbound. Races around the corner. Diagonal pass over to Walker on target. Brunell makes it across half, splits it. Walker and Plax. Plax flips one over to Whitty. Walker gives it up to Plax over the top down to Whitty. Whitty takes it across with 3:38 to go. Carolina up 8. Long pass into Brunell. Cornered by Plax. Pass up court for Wilborn. Walker down center court. Shot. 8-second call on Walker. Mulligan takes the inbound pass. Scoots to the outside. Ball's tipped away from Wilborn, out of bounds. Mulligan crosses the line. Whitty with the inbound pass. Gets by Wilborn and beats Brunel. Brunel dodges defenders, lobs one over to Wilborn. Quickly into Whitty, spins out of it, lobs one over to Walker. Illegal use of hands called on Brunel. Subs for Carolina. Roberts, Jenkins, and Godsey. Carolina playing with a player advantage. Pass comes into Roberts, guarded by Wilborn. He gets by him. Roberts with a head of steam. Jenkins peels off Mulligan from advancing. Mulligan looking for the handoff. Gets it to Wilborn or Brunel. Pass up court for Wilborn. John Godsey working over Mulligan again, keeping him out of the play as much as possible. Flax. Gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins works his way across half. Roberts screens off Brunel. Loose ball. Roberts picks it up. Brings it back out, hands it off to Plax. Plax takes a look low. Carolina. Plax headed to the corner. Plax slides behind Mulligan. Carolina takes a 8-point lead. Ball loose again. Roberts gets a finger on it. Jenkins picks it up. Carolina with a chance to take a big lead into halftime here with a little over a minute to go, up 8. Plax headed to the corner again. Godsey has a good pick set. 9-point lead for Carolina with under a minute to go in the first half. Mulligan hands off to Wilborn. Wilborn races down court. Roberts gives it a shot. Timeout, Carolina. Team's back on the court. Jenkins tosses into Plax. Takes a look at the clock. Game clock and shot clock nearly identical. Carolina going to take their time, try to play for the last point. Blacks directing traffic. Sets the troops in motion. Goes around the corner. Gotzi has the corner sealed. Blacks across the line with 8 seconds to go. Warriors call timeout with 8 seconds to go to try to get one more on the board. The Wilborn triggering an inbound. Gives it into Brunel. Brunel around the corner, lobs one high for Wilborn. No good. Bobbling the ball. So that point won't count. And Carolina, very good first half. Going to take a 9-point lead into halftime. Looks like they're going to put a little bit of time back on clock. One second being applied. Quickly into Plax. And that'll do it for half. First half score, Carolina Crash 28. Gaylord Warriors 19. Take a 5-minute break and be back with the second half. Sorry about that, folks. Had a little camera difficulty to get the second half started. Jenkins takes it down court. Takes a big hit from behind by Will Cornegay. Bounces low for Whitty. Whitty across the line. Carolina with a 9-point lead here. Wilborn or Brunell headed to the corner. Jenkins bounce pass up to Plax, loses the handle. Wilborn and a big gaggle of players tosses high for Cornegay. Blocked up by Godsey. Cornegay able to push away. Takes it across the line. Plax follows Godsey down the center court. Cornegay on the defense, and Jenkins finds some room. Brunell standing on tiptoes. Good job of chair control there by number 3. Not grabbing on to Jenkins' chair. Plax throws it down low for Whitty. Quickly into Brunell. Brunell looking long for Wilborn. Jenkins flips it into Whitty. Whitty spins out. Racing Cornegay down court. Puts on the brakes. Brunell intercepts it out of Whitty's hands. Bounce pass over to Wilborn. Wilborn breaks into the open. Plax snatches the inbounds pass. Hands it off to Jenkins. Jenkins dives behind a Godsey screen. Jenkins escorted down court by Godsey and Whitty. Wilborn lobs it long off the hands of Cornegay. Plax picks it up near half court. Gives it over to Whitty. Whitty being going to be fouled by Cornegay. Big number 32 is going to be called for the foul. Illegal use of the hands. Welcome to the penalty box. Subs coming in. Roberts comes in for Whitty. All right, inbounds pass to Plax. Whitty, or Jenkins takes it. Roberts comes over, seals off Wilborn. Jenkins across the line. Cornegay back on. Linnell takes a shot from Roberts. It's turned, goes overhead to Wilborn. Flax and Roberts converge. Cornegay. It's called for the 12-second. Can't. Warriors not able to advance across half court within the 12-second time. Nice defense by Carolina. Jenkins quickly into Plax. Has the ball knocked away. Last touch by Plax. Cornegay looks over his shoulder. Wilborn takes the ball. Racing Roberts to the inline. Roberts turns him. Wilborn tries the other corner. Gotze stops him. Cornegay at the free throw line. Looking for the outside corner. Admonson sets the pick. Flax flips a pass over to Roberts. Roberts works behind a Gotze screen. Racing down court, takes a bounce. Across the line. Cornegay with a spill near half court. Big fella uprights himself. Wow. Good job there by the big fella. Wilborn inbounding. Cornegay looks down court. Races to the sideline, stopped by Roberts. Roberts not able to stop the pass. Wilborn takes it. Throws it over to Brunel. Flax over to Roberts. Turns. Nice pick by Gotze. Roberts tosses down to Jenkins, streaking to the end line. Carolina offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. Brunel stopped by Roberts. Pass is coming for Wilborn. Wilborn hooked up by Plax to the sideline. Brunel slides in. Plax gives it up to Jenkins. Jenkins down center court. Lobs one over to Roberts. Picks it up. High pass in the Cornegay. Pass is loose on the floor. Wilborn tips it. Roberts picks it up. Goes up to Plax across half court. Jenkins around the corner. Looks deep for Roberts. Cornegay tries to get it to Brunel. Brunel snags it away. Got some room in front of him. Roberts comes over and lays the lick. Wilborn across the line. Jenkins slides a pass in Roberts, one-hand grab, keeps the motion going, heads down the sideline, outraces the defense. Cornegay heads to the sideline, dodges the defender, pushes the pass down court to Wilborn. Blacks to Jenkins. Jenkins, it's a screen from Godsey. Carolina going to work some clock here at the end of the third. Shot clock's at 20. That's down to Jenkins. Jenkins to the end line. Crosses with 32.7 on the clock. Roberts aggressively pushing on Brunell. Brunell tries to get, almost stops him, and Roberts couldn't quite get the angle. Timeout. Carolina was 17.5 in the third quarter clock. Carolina up 38-30. On the court for Carolina, A.J. Walker and Hank Allen. James Whitty joined Plax. Cornegay, Admonson, Brunell, and Wilborn. For Warriors, Plax quickly down to Whitty. Takes his time crossing the line with 13.2 to go in the third. Timeout. Warriors moved up to half court. All right, Warriors with 13.2 showing on the clock. Try to get another one on the board. Wilborn, number 4, inbounding into Brunell. Brunell slapped away by Whitty. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warriors will be Carolina ball with 2.2. Quick timeout by Carolina. Moved the ball up. Try to get one more here. Black's going to try a deep throw to the end line. He's going to lob one up towards Whitty. Ball is tipped. That's going to do it for the third quarter with Carolina Crash with a 9-point lead, 39-30. Take a 2-minute break and be back with the final quarter. Carolina comes out with Walker, Whitty, Allen, and Jenkins. Possession arrow pointing towards Carolina, so they'll have the first possession. Chance to go up by double digits. Pass quickly into Whitty. Spins. Wilborn, and number 5 is Craig Mills in for Gaylord. Jenkins slides in behind an Allen screen. Carolina takes 10-point lead. Burnell motors across half court. Looking low for Mills. Jenkins gives him a nudge. Long pass into Whitty. Whitty finally stopped by Wilborn and Mills. Passes tipped by Warriors. Rolls out of bounds. Into Hank Allen. Back to Walker. Walker headed towards the end line. Tries to lob a pass to Jenkins. Tipped out by Brunelli. Whitty comes away with it. That pass again tipped away by Brunelli. Must have been last touch by Jenkins, evidently. They gave him the ball over to the Warriors. Wilborn, far corner. Into Mills. Mills gives it up to Brunel, guarded by Jenkins. Walker, lob pass for Whitty. Whitty pulls it back out. Admonson and Mills there on the defense. Allen sets a pick. Whitty goes to the corner. Another pass tipped away by Brunel. Foul on Brunel into the penalty box for number 3. Jenkins, couple of bounces, takes a look at the key, dives in. Walker sets the screen. Brunel not able to handle the pass, and Wilborn picks it up. Over top to Brunel. Pass headed towards Mills, intercepted by Whitty, tipped by Walker. Whitty across the line. Carolina back up 10. Brunel down the sideline. Throws it up ahead for Wilborn. Pass to Jenkins. Couple of pivots. Intercepted by Mills. Brunel pushed from behind by Whitty. Crosses the line. Couple players hung up. Looks like Wilborn and Jenkins' chairs tangled up. Walker gets it off to Whitty. Slings around the defense. Pushes a pass up ahead to Jenkins. Brunel. 8 seconds. No dribble called. Subs into the game for Carolina. Roberts, Plax, Santos Acosta, number 1, in for the first time. Jenkins will stay on. Pass comes of Roberts. Shadowed by Mills. Bounces it down to Plax. Plax collects some defenders and lobs the easy pass to Roberts. Mills. It's a shot from Roberts at near half court. Able to get a pass to Brunel. Brunel. Brunel backed up into ball's knocked free. Wilborn picks it up. Roberts going to be called for the reach. Into the sin bin for number 22. Gaylord have a player advantage. Number 9. I think that's Flores. Not on the roster, but I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Roberts back on the court. Jenkins, long pass looking for Roberts. Just handles it for a second. Picks it up. Slides through the defenders. Makes his way around Mulligan. Flashes across the line. Roberts, good defensive play there. Knocks it out of Brunelli's hands. Looking for a screen in the corner. Slides behind Mulligan. Tipped away by Plax. Ball's loose on the floor. Last touch by Warriors. Carolina have another shot here to extend the lead to 12. We're up by 11. Pass comes into Roberts. Heads to the corner. Acosta seals the corner. Good pick by number 1. Carolina up 12. Ball's knocked free again. Out of bounds. Miley Road into the game for the first time. Number 2 joins Whitty and Acosta and Roberts. Roberts working on Brunelli. Acosta there on the defense. It's a screen from Edmondson. Mulligan slips a pass to Brunel. Acosta quickly into Roberts. Roberts reverses course. Trying to get past Mulligan. Mulligan. Roberts going to lose the handle. Flores will inbound in the far corner. Mulligan takes a look inside. Hands it off to Brunel. Brunel stopped by Rhodes and Roberts. Number 22, Roberts called for leaving the court. Joe Stone, number 11, in for Gaylord. He'll be inbounding here in the near corner. Ball's tipped loose, picked up by Looked like it was almost picked up by Whitty. Whitty and Brunell battle it out for a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the Warriors side. Stone will give it another shot on the inbound. Ball's loose again. Brunell trying to grab it. Ball goes off the chair of Whitty on the way out of bounds. Brunell down low. Going to take it to the corner. Whitty. Penalty try, so Roberts still in the box. Acosta tries to slip a pass into Whitty. Rolls out of bounds. 2 minutes to go in this one. Carolina with a 10-point advantage. Brunell around the corner. Takes it in. Roberts back into the game. Costa looking for help on the inbound. Lobs one towards Whitty. Tipped. It's been an 8-second call on the inbound. Warriors will take it. Getting a little sloppy here on the offensive side for Carolina here at the end. Brunell. Cut off by Road. Miley Road gets pushed across the line. Number 2 to the penalty box. Leaving the court. Warriors inbound again. Pass to Brunell. Shoved from behind by Roberts. Brunell around the corner. Across the line. Road back in the game. Acosta with the inbound. Tries to get it to Whitty. Off the chair of Stone. Acosta tosses one into Roberts. Pulls it away from Flores. Roberts around the corner. Finds the angle. Gets it in. Turns on the Jets and takes it in for Carolina. Stone looking for some help on the inbound. Gives it off to Wilborn. Wilborn attacked by Roberts and Road. Brunell sandwiched. Tosses one overhead out in front of Wilborn. Races to catch up with it. Takes it across with 51.3 showing on the game clock. Carolina calls timeout. We'll move it up. Carolina with a commanding lead here, 48-40. Under a minute to go in this final game of the season. Looks like Carolina's going to end the season on a high note for sure. Costa gets it over to Whitty. 3 defenders surround him. Ball's loose. Roberts pulls it away from Brunelli. Roberts pulls it back out. Working the clock. 15 on the shot clock, 12 on the shot clock. To the corner it goes. Down low for Whitty. Off of Whitty's lap. Warriors call timeout. Stone triggering the inbound. Brunell guarded by Acosta. Finds an opening. Whitty. Roberts converge. Overhead with Wilborn. Wilborn has the ball knocked away by Acosta. Leans back. Stone had a hand on it. Brunell crosses as the horn expires. And that's going to do it. End of the game and the end of the 25-26 season for Carolina Crash. With the final score, Carolina Crash 48, Gaylord Warriors 41 in the grudge match. Carolina getting their revenge on the Warriors from earlier this weekend, finishing 5th nationally in Division III. But once again, we appreciate all the fan support this season as it comes to a close. Looking forward to a successful 26-27 campaign. And this will do it for Carolina Crash Wheelchair Rugby on the Tactical Tater Broadcasting Network. Signing off until next year. Thanks for watching.